So, you just came from a Windows laptop and you have your brand new MacBook sitting in front of you, and how does this work? Well, I've got you covered. Today, I'm going to be giving you the basics to anyone who's brand new to the MacBook. So, let's begin on this screen right here. This is the main home screen of your brand new MacBook. And let's begin talking about the things in the left top hand corner. So, as you can see up here, you have a bunch of random words: file, edit, view, go, window, help, and then a little Apple sign. So, let's start with the Apple sign. This is your access to how to restart, sleep, or shut down your MacBook. And then there's some little settings, quick actions you can do. You can talk about your MacBook, you can learn all about it. So for example, mine has the M3 chip, 8GB of RAM, but you're not going to use that very often, only to sleep, restart, or shut down your MacBook. Next, you're going to have the Finder, which we'll talk about later, and we have Files, so this allows you to open new files, new windows, and then you can edit those, and all of these actions at the top will change depending on what app you are in. You're not going to be using these up here too much. You might use the Apple constantly to put your Mac to sleep, restart, or shut it down. But besides that, you don't have to worry too much about these up here. Next, let's talk about the top right-hand corner. So all of this up here, these are your control center, and we'll get to that later, but just remember, the control center is right there. And this part right here is your widgets, and you can click on that and you can customize your widgets to as if it was your home screen on your iPhone. You can put a bunch of widgets like that, but right here, and it'll be neatly tucked away. So if you want to look at your widgets, just click on that, and yeah, now you have a bunch of widgets, and the control center is in the top right hand corner. So the final part of the main home screen you're going to want to learn is the dock. The final part, and probably the main part of your home screen. This is where you're going to access all your apps, and you can add a bunch of apps to it. So for example, let's just say I wanted to get rid of the calculator. Well, you just grab it, drag it out, and then once remove pops up, just let go, and it is gone. And then when you want to add an app, this is where we're going to get to the next part, the launch pad. When you click on it, you get access to all the apps you have, and then you could swipe, you'll probably find more, but this is where you get all your apps. And this is where you also add any apps you want to add to the dock. So say for example, let's add the calculator back. I just grab it, click it, drag it into the dock, and it'll space appeal for it. Then you just let go, and there it is. Now you can add any app to the dock, and then the launchpad is where you access all your apps and use them. Next, let's talk about how to add apps onto the MacBook. So go into the launchpad and you'll find the App Store, and just like it is on the iPhone, you will be able to just click on it and you have the world of MacBook apps in there. So you can get games, you can go to the certain sections that say create, work, play, and then you could search for some, like let's just say Final Cut Pro. So there you go. You could just find as many apps as you want and then download it, and then any apps you download, it will go straight to the launchpad, either in this section or the main section, and you'll be able to access all these apps as if it was your iPhone. So next, let's talk about what happens when you open an app. So let's just open Safari, for example. So let me open Safari, and there you go. Now it's open. And the main differential part from Windows laptops is there is no X and minus sign in the corner. It's in the other corner, and it's red, yellow, and green. So the red one, to close it, it's a little X. You just click that, closes it up. And then the yellow one is a minus sign. And what that does is it gets rid of it from the main part, but it's still open. Let me show you. So you click on that, and then it'll flow into the dock, and it's not closed. It's just not on the home screen anymore. But it's still open. You can just open it back up, and it didn't close anything, it just removed it from the home screen. And finally, the green one. This will make it either full screen, like if you want to make it full screen like that, just click it to close it, or you can put it into a certain section by hovering over it. So I could put it on this side, or I could just move it back to, let's just put it up there. So that is the way to make it into a certain section on your screen. So next, the thing you're going to notice is when you close an app, when you hit the X, you're going to see a little white part underneath whatever app that is. That means it's still open in the background. It's not open on your home screen, and it's not running anything, but it's open just in case you want to reopen it later. To close it, all you have to do is double two fingers, click on it, and then you can see quit, and you just click that and it'll close it, and it's not keeping it open in the background, and it'll save you power. Now, let's talk about the control center. I mentioned it earlier, but let's go into more detail. So, it's at the top, and it's basically quick actions that you can put on your home screen. And to customize it, let me show you. All you have to do is go to your settings, go to control center, and then now you can customize it however you want. So you can turn off Wi-Fi, or you can turn off Bluetooth, and then you can add some by scrolling, and you'll find all of these you can add it to your control center, and then you'll have quick actions to it. So for me, for example, I have the keyboard brightness. You can change it just by dragging bright, low, but that's one example of a quick action you can put in the corner top up there. So the control center is very helpful if you want to add quick actions to make it much faster to do certain things. Now let's talk about the Finder, which is the little happy face in the corner up here or down here in the dock on your home screen. So what the Finder is when you open it, it gives you access to all of your files. This is where you'll find all of your applications, all the downloaded apps, and all your files. So for example, my desktop, it's empty, but this is where you'll find all the files that's on your desktop, in your storage, everything. Just all your files are in the Finder. And so it just makes it so easy to find all your files. So if you have a certain file somewhere in the random depths of your MacBook storage, you can just go to your Finder and it'll make it much easier to find where it is. So let's finish this off by talking about the keyboard, because it's a little bit different than Windows laptop. So let's start off with the basics, the ones up here. These two are your brightness keys. This one's lower, this one's brighter, very simple. This one shows, when you push it, all the apps or windows that are open. And even if they're open in the background or open on your home screen, they'll all pop up on the screen and show you what is open. Next, this one is to search for any app that you have or anything you want to look up. So this is basically a quick button to look something up on the browser or any files or app you have on your MacBook. Just imagine it as something to search if you can't find something. This little microphone right here, when you push it, say you don't want to type something out, you want to talk to it and it'll write for you. This one, yes, it's a dictation. It makes it super simple if you don't want to type this long essay. You just push that and start talking and it will write it all out for you word for word. This one turns on your focus mode, so the main one is do not disturb. So when you push that, do not disturb will turn on, and it just mutes all the other apps or notifications you get in the background. These three right here is your pause, keep going, or go forward, or go back. So this is to control any music, any videos you have open, anything that will make it so you need to control with a pause, keep going, or skip, or go backwards button. And then these three are your simple volume buttons. This one's to go up in volume, this one's to go down, and this one's to completely mute it very fast. So finally, let me talk about these three right here. This one and this one, imagine this as your F1 and F1.2 on your Windows laptops, and the same for over here. Control, just if there's any specific keyboard commands, that's what this one's mainly for, nothing super important. And then this one finally, when you push that, it'll access all your emojis, so I mean that's a cool little button. But besides that, the keyboard is exactly the same as a Windows, so just these are different and these are different, but basically the same, just with a different name. So that just about covers the basics to your MacBook. I might make a part 2 with more in detail of different things, but for now, those are the basics to learning your MacBook, and I hope that was helpful, and if it was, then leave a like. And if you want to see more videos like this, subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos that are hopefully helpful like this one. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!